Hello, welcome to Casual Veteran Gamer. In the video today, I'm going to be looking at the Battlemaster subclass and the changes it's had in patch 5. To get to be a Battlemaster, you need to be a fighter. I've got Lazel here modelling for us. And at level 3, you get to pick a subclass between Battlemaster and Eldritch Knight. Quickly go over the Eldritch Knight and the changes for Eldritch Knight. There's only really one change, being that they now have access to Tasha's Hideous Laughter, which lines up with the change for Wizards. However, the Battlemaster has got some new attacks, being Trip Attack and Disarming Attack. And I'm going to show those off today. Now, before I go over those two new maneuvers, just having a quick recap of the changes to patch 5. I have made a video about the changes to patch 5 for combat, so do have a look if you want to have a more in-depth look at them. But for the fighter, the most important changes are that we no longer get backstab bonus for walking around behind goblins, or any other enemies. We're about to fight some goblins here. Disengage now requires an action, and also we can't really throw enemies anymore unless they're very, very light. So let's get into the battle with the goblins, and so I can show you the two new maneuvers. Now I think I'm actually going to start by using one of these maneuvers. You can use both of them either at melee range or at range. So I'm going to start with Trip Attack. So Trip Attack, if it hits, will do the damage of the weapon plus your modifier plus 1d8. And then the enemy gets to make a strength saving throw. If they fail, they will fall over prone. So let's see if this works or not. And there we have it. The goblin next to the table here obviously failed its saving throw and was prone. It's got up. Let's start a fight. And it's Lazel's turn. Brilliant. So now, I'm going to show you what's potentially my most favourite manoeuvre now. The next manoeuvre, the second new manoeuvre, is Disarming Attack. So if the attack hits, it does your weapon damage, which is 2d6 plus 1d4 fire damage, plus the modifier, which is strength, plus 1d8. All of the manoeuvres, if they hit, do an extra 1d8 damage. And then the enemy makes a strength saving throw, and if they fail, they will drop their weapon. So let's see if this works. So I happen to kill the goblin, but at the same time we can see it must have been a hand axe it was holding. It dropped its weapon. So if we go and check the body, it doesn't have a weapon anymore, whereas before it did. Let's take all that. And this can be really useful if you're up against almost any enemy. You disarm them and then go pick up their weapon. And then they have to spend either movement or switch to a different type of weapon, or spend an action to equip the weapon. It really, really stops melee fighters, especially in their tracks. While we're here, I'll try Trip Attack again, because Trip Attack can be very useful, especially if you've got other melee fighters nearby, although I don't hear. Okay, so here's Trip Attack. Killed that one. Alright, I had to reload because I kept on killing these enemies. What I was trying to say is using the Trip Attack, and if it doesn't kill, it does kill. That's the problem. That's for Trip Attack. There we are. Right. Now that this warg is prone, everyone who does a melee attack against them will have advantage. You don't lose that advantage until the enemy isn't prone anymore. I'm going to say it again, my favourite new manoeuvre is Disarming Attack. I just love taking weapons off enemies and then picking them up. Let me know your thoughts on the new manoeuvres, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Obviously Lazel's being a bit of a beast here.